Hare Krishna, thank you very much, Prabhu. Yes, today we heard very loud and clear and nice. Thank you very much, all the devotees, for today attending today's joining for today's uh, Chaitanya Charitamrita study class. So request Rasesh Gopal Choksi Prabhu. Heard long time now, not heard from Prabhu. This our fortune that Prabhu has agreed to take out time from his busy schedule. Thank you so much, Prabhu. Keep us there, Prabhu.
ठीक है प्रभु. Last time you were missing from the class. The one seva
But
was there,
I missed it. Yeah,
but you were not there.
yeah.
ठीक है प्रभु.
Please,
Thank you.
start, Prabhu, all viewers.
Okay.
We can
Thank you very
start.
much. जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद. जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद. जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद. जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद. जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapad Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchan Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय हरे कृष्णा so request all the devotees to bless me so that I can glorify the Lord for my own purification. Thank you, Shyamahari Prabhu, for giving the seva. Really, really appreciate that. So, Prabhu, can I share the screen?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. So, we are continuing reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Lila, chapter number 13. And the verse we are going to start with is shloka number 119. I would request devotees to volunteer for reading the translation and reading the purport. Yeah. When this service was assigned to me and I read the verse and the purport, the first thought that came to mind is I don't think I am qualified. I should say no. Uh, and for some time it was like that, yeah. But some devotees helped me, and Shyam Hari Prabhu shared a lecture with me. I was struggling with recitation of one of the verses. So one of my friends from Govardhan Eco Village, he recorded the recitation and he shared with me. Yeah, and Ramanand Prabhu shared Padyavali. So with help of all these devotees, I tried to prepare uh, for this topic, but I genuinely think I should not be, discussing about such confidential topics of how Lord and His purest devotees they miss each other, they love each other. Yeah. So let us continue. Text 119. एई मत गौर श्यामे दोन्हे थेला थेली स्वर थे श्यामे रे राखे गौर महाबली. Who will read translation and purport?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Should I read?
Yes, Prabhu, please read.
Translation. Thus, there was a sort of competition between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Jagannatha in seeing who would lead. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so strong that he made Lord Jagannatha wait in his car. Purport. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In his Ambu, in his Anubhashya, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur describes the ecstasy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as follows. After giving up the company of the gopis in Vrindavana, Sri Krishna, the son of Maharaja Nanda, engaged in his pastime at Dwarka. When Krishna went Kurukshetra with his brother and sister and others from Dwarka, he again met his inhabitants of Vrindavana. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Radha Bhava Dhyuti
Tuvilata.
Tuvilata. That is, Krishna himself assuming the part of Srimati Radharani in order to understand Krishna. Lord Jagannatha Deva is Krishna, and Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Srimati Radharani. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's leading Lord Jagannatha towards the Gundicha temple corresponded to Srimati Radharani's leading Krishna towards Vrindavana. Sri Kshetra Jagannath Puri was taken as a kingdom of Dwarka, the place where Krishna enjoys supreme opulence. But he was being led by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Vrindavana, the simple village where all the inhabitants are filled with ecstatic love for Krishna. Sri Kshetra is a place of Aishwarya Lila, just as Vrindavan is a place of Madhurya Lila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is following at the rear of the Rath indicated that Lord Jagannatha, Krishna, was forgetting the inhabitants of Vrindavana. Although Krishna neglected the inhabitants of Vrindavana, he could not forget them. Thus, in his opulent Ratha-Yatra, he was returning to Vrindavana. In the role of Srimati Radharani, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was examining whether the Lord still remembered in the inhabitants of Vrindavana. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu fell behind the Ratha car, Jagannath Deva, Krishna himself, understood the mind of Srimati Radharani. Therefore, Jagannatha sometimes fell behind the dancing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to indicate to Srimati Radharani that he had not forgotten. Thus, Lord Jagannatha would stop the forward march of the Ratha and wait at a standstill. In this way, Lord Jagannatha agreed that without the ecstasy of Srimati Radharani, he could not feel satisfied. While Jagannatha was thus waiting, Garuda, Garuda, Garuda Sundara Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his ecstasy of Srimati Radharani, immediately came forward to Krishna. At such time, Lord Jagannatha would proceed ahead very slowly. These competitive exchanges were all part of the love affair between Krishna and Srimati Radharani. In that competition between Lord Chaitanya's ecstasy for Jagannatha and Jagannatha's ecstasy for Srimati Radharani, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu emerged successful. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Danut Pram.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So the subject matter of the verse is, the loving relationship between Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Jagannath, or Srimati Radharani and Lord Shri Krishna. Yeah, they are the same. And here we see in the verse that the bhakta is so strong that he can make the Lord wait in his car. Yeah, so Lord gives everything else, but he does not give devotional service very easily. Why? Because aham bhakta paradhina. Uh, we have studied in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that how devotee becomes so powerful that he can overpower the Lord. So Lord is very careful in giving bhakti. Now you see a picture on the screen. What do we learn from this?
This is direct, we cannot have direct knowledge from our senses.
Okay,
Imperfect senses.
okay. More devotees. 18 devotees are there. What does this picture on the screen tell you? Hare Krishna.
Based on our thoughts, we will think accordingly that.
Okay, based on the thoughts. Okay. Request everyone to turn on the video. खाली Zoom meeting join करके phone बाजू में रख दिया है.
Prabhu, are they blindfold?
They are blind people, yes.
Okay.
They are all
So,
blind. They are all blind. They are blind from birth.
okay, so even we also, unless and until we take shelter of Guru, we cannot understand about Lord. So that is my understanding, Prabhu.
Perfect, Mataji. Thank you very much. Yeah. So this topic is about loving relationship between Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Jagannath, Krishna and Radharani. What we have heard and learned is that in this material world, there is nothing called as love. What we know as love is actually perverted reflection, and it is actually lust. Now, like this blind man who have heard something about the elephant, and they are getting exposed to the elephant, they are trying to guess how the elephant looks like. Yeah, now same is my situation. uh, Circumstantially it so happened that this verse got assigned to me, and now I have to speak about love between Lord and Srimati Radharani. The acharyas, they have actually realized the knowledge, from the scriptures, and they have written their commentaries. Similarly, a devotee, who has progressed well enough can realize these confidential topics of love, of joy in separation between the Lord and his devotees. Yeah. So I heard one lecture shared by Shyam Hari Prabhu with me. Um, and this has some very beautiful points. So what are some of the symptoms of such a realized devotee? Who can understand Shastra, or who can realize Shastra rather? We can appear for Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, whatever, recite all the verses, make presentations, but who is a realized devotee? This will be an interactive session, yeah, not a routine lecture. So request devotees to turn on their videos and share, please. So who is what is the symptom of a realized devotee? How can you recognize? Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Prabhuji.
By humility.
Yes, very nice. A devotee is humble. Okay, more.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Strong faith.
Strong faith. Yes.
Who is
Then
always who is always engaged in the Satatang Krityantamam, always
yes,
engaged in the devotional service.
very nice. Yeah, you can observe the daily lifestyle of a person to understand how realized he is, how much he has accepted what is written in the scripture. Okay. uh, there
प्रभु
are,
जी
yes Prabhu, please continue.
और एक आचार एंड प्रचार प्रभु आज
Right.
दोनों आचार कर प्रचार भी करने का है आचार में आचरण में लेके आने का वी हैव टू ब्रिंग एवरीथिंग इन प्रैक्टिस
Yes, yes.
ओनली स्पीकिंग इज नॉट इट विल नॉट हेल्प
Correct, very nice. Anyone else wants to share? How does the symptom of a realized devotee looks like?
Hare
No?
Krishna Prabhu. He
Oh,
will
yes
be
Mataji.
steady in his Krishna consciousness without
Yes,
falling down.
very nice. Okay.
Prabhu, he will be kind in the nature, Prabhu.
Yes, he will be kind, he will be uh, blissful. Yeah. So irrespective of what the circumstances are, the devotee will not get disturbed. Yeah. So Shastra uh, shares three things. So it quotes three verses to check how much a person is realized. Yeah. So aham sarvasva prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvita. So the word Buddha is referred to an intelligent person. So who is an intelligent person? Iti matva bhajante mam. He is always engaged in devotional service. So without seva, bhakti has no meaning. Prabhupada translates bhakti as devotional service. So the act of doing seva is more important than perfectly reciting all the verses. Yeah. This is how Srila Prabhupada appreciated his devotees. The next verse quoted is Bahunam Janma Namante Gnanvan Mam Prapadyate Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. So Gnanvan, a person who has really applied the knowledge from the Shastra, they are fully surrendered. Yeah. And fully surrendered means they accept everything that is happening in their life as Lord's mercy. And good things are easy to accept. But when things become rough, we need to understand and accept that as well. Yeah. Now, if there is one thing that we want to change in our life, what will it be? Two people can share. Okay. I have a lot of things to say. We will restrict the interactions. Any two people can say. Hare
Can you
Krishna.
repeat the question, Prabhu?
If you want to change one thing in your life, what do you want to change?
My next birth.
Okay. No, that is coming.
No, change means in what way you are asking, Prabhu? Change means what?
Anything, what has happened to you. See, if you go and
Oh,
ask common people, generally,
consciousness. जैसे consciousness है, our consciousness I want to change. That's
right.
it.
But past mein, so this is all about future, next birth, consciousness. If you want to change something from your past, what do you want to change?
Prabhu, we
Generally,
can't change
common people
anything.
को पूछेगा तो वो people say, oh, I should have married that person, or I should not have married this person. Yes,
We
Prabhu,
can't change
Shyamari Prabhu.
anything. We
Huh?
can't change anything, Prabhu. From the past, we can't change anything.
No, but if there was an option.
To
Hare Krishna
start,
Prabhu, can I tell Prabhu?
Yes.
I want to change this whole world into Krishna consciousness, Prabhu.
Very nice, very nice. Yes, Prabhu.
start the Krishna, I would have started Krishna conscious much early.
Right.
Now I realized I started sometime mid of my life. So I realized the importance of Krishna consciousness at this stage. Repenting that why I didn't start
Started
early.
late. Okay.
Yeah.
ठीक है. All good points, Prabhu. Uh, you know, the Maharaj in that lecture says, if you still feel you want to change even one thing in your life that has happened, that means you are not fully surrendered. And you don't have faith in Krishna's plan for you. His plan is perfect for you. Whatever good and bad has happened, the symptom of full surrender is complete acceptance of whatever is ongoing, whatever has happened in the past, and whatever will happen in future, including the unpleasant things. Yeah. So Sikshashtakam text 8, the Lord says that even if he handles me very roughly or makes me broken hearted, he is completely free to do everything. Unconditionally, he is my Lord. So one who is in full knowledge, he has full conviction that whatever is happening is perfect. I should not lament that I should have done that or this should have happened like that. Yeah. And the third verse in that lecture is that Krishna Varnam Tvisha Krishnam Sangopartha Parshadam Yagner Sankirtana Prayer Yajantihi Sumedasa. So the Sumedasha is a very, very intelligent person. Yeah. So A very intelligent person will be doing Sankirtan all the time. Either he is chanting or if he is glorifying the name of the Lord. If one has no taste, then he has not understood the Shastra. Because Kalev naste eve naste evir gatir anyatha. So there are three things which one can test on. Yeah. So the first is Seva. Second is Sharanagati. And third is Sankirtan. Am I fully dedicated to service of the Lord? Am I having full faith in Krishna's plan? And am I fully dedicated to chanting and glorifying the name of Krishna? So, when I tested myself on this, I failed miserably. Yeah. And everyone can assess themselves. No need to share here. But this is one parameter, whereby we can test how much we have realized from the scriptures. Yeah. And how much we have actually applied. When we do Shastric courses, there is something called as personal application. So in personal application, it is important to share that how we apply this concept. So the proof of applying Shastras in our life is doing Seva, having full faith in the plan of the Lord, and dedicating ourselves to Sankirtana. Okay, we will continue reading a couple of verses and then what happened to the... Okay, do you see my screen again? Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
bro.
Okay.
Yes, bro.
So here, there is a competition between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Jagannath. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is testing that if he is falling behind, is the Lord waiting or not? And whenever Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is leading the Rath-Yatra, he is leading the Lord like Radharani is leading the Lord to Vrindavan. Okay, text 120. नाचीते नाचीते प्रभुर हैला भावांतर हस्ततुली श्लोकापदे करी उच्चेश्वर. Someone read, please.
Hare Krishna Ru.
While Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing, his ecstasy changed. Raising his two arms, he began to recite the following verse in a loud voice.
Thank you, Mataji. यह कौमार हरस एव हि वरस ता एव चैत्र क्षपास तेजोन्मिलित मालती सुरभया प्रौढ कदम्बानिला सा चैवास्मि तथापि तत्र सुरता व्यापारलीला विधौ रेवारोदसी वेतसी तरुतले चेतसमुत्कण्ठते. Someone read, please.
Hare Krishna. That very personality who stole away my heart during my youth is now again my master. These are the some moonlight nights of the month of Chaitra. The same fragrance of malati flowers is there, and the same sweet breeze are blowing from the Kadamba forest. In our intimate relationship, I am also the same lover. You steal my mind, yet still my mind is not happy here. I am eager to go back to that place on the bank of the Reva under the Batasi tree. That is my desire.
Thank you. Yeah. So this verse, it appears in the Padyavali. Padyavali is a compilation of Sanskrit poetry. Srila Rupa Goswami has compiled this. He has not written all of them. He has compiled all of them. These are recited by different devotees of the Lord, but it's a compilation. Yeah, Padyavali again is a uh, esoteric book on the topic of bhakti, on the loving relationship between the Lord and his devotees. Yeah. ए श्लोक महाप्रभु पढ़े बार बार स्वरूप विना अर्थे के ना जाने इहार. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu. This verse was recited by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again and again, but for Swarup Damodar, no one could understand its meaning.
Thank you. Who is Swarup Damodar Goswami in Krishna Lila?
Lalita Sakhi.
Lalita Sakhi. Now, Lalita Sakhi, she is aware of the intimate pastimes between Lord and Srimati Radharani. Okay. So, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is reciting that, the same person, Lord Krishna, who stole away my heart in my youth, now again he is my master as Jagannath. Yeah. And then he is remembering the Rasa dance. So the month of Chaitra and Malati flowers, the Kadamba forest. Yeah. And then, but I am not happy here. I want to go back again. Yeah. In the previous purport, we read that Jagannath Puri is in Aishwarya Bhava. She wants to go back to Madhurya Bhava. So, except for Swarup Damodar Goswami, who is none other than Lalita Sikhi, others could not understand the bhava of Srimati Radharani. She could understand because she is very closely associated. We will go a little bit in detail with the help of Srimad Bhagavatam. We'll recite a few verses and then go to Srimad Bhagavatam. So, ei shlokartha purve kariyachi vyakhyana श्लोकेरा भावार्थ करी संक्षेपे आख्यान. I have already explained this verse. Now I shall simply describe it in brief. So, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is writing that you see Madhya Lila chapter 1, text 53, 77 to 84. So, what we'll do is we will quickly read the translations and some small purport is there. And then we will go to Srimad Bhagavatam to study further verses. Yeah. Let us recite this and then I will change the screen. पूर्वे यैच्छे कुरुक्षेत्रे सब गोपी गण कृष्णेरा दर्शन पान आनंदित मन. So all the gopis of Vrindavan were very pleased when they met Krishna in the holy place of Kurukshetra. So let us now get back to that chapter 1, which is being referred there. He says it is already covered. At least I don't remember. Maybe I have not attended, but let us read that quickly. Yeah. Someone please read. This is only translation and purport. Request devotees to be ready.
Hare
All
Krishna.
those time, Sri Chait, sorry, you want to read, Prabhu? You can read, no issues.
Continue, Prabhu. Anyone continue.
All those times, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could visit Lord Jagannath. Then his feeling exactly correspondent to those of the gopis when they saw Sri Krishna at Kurukshetra after long separation. Krishna had some Krishna had come to Kurukshetra with his brothers and sisters to visit. Purport. When Krishna was performing yajna, sacrifice at Kurukshetra, he invited all the inhabitants of Vrindavan to come see him. Lord Chaitanya's heart was always filled with separation from Krishna. But as soon as he had the opportunity to visit the Jagannath temple, he became fully absorbed in the thoughts of the gopis who came to see Krishna at Kurukshetra.
Thank you, Prabhu. So, this reflects the internal reasons of appearance of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He came to spread the Sankirtana movement, but along with spreading the Sankirtana movement, his reason was to find out that how do the Vrajvasis feel in separation from him. You know, how do they feel when they not see me? He wanted to experience the Vipralamba Bhava, experience the pleasure in separation. And that is the reason he appears as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to experience the Bhava of Radharani. Yeah, how she feels in separation. So this verse tells about that. Someone please read again.
Now, O devotees, please hear a brief explanation of this verse. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was thinking in this way after having seen the Jagannath deity. The subject of his thoughts was Srimati Radharani, who met Krishna on the field of Kurukshetra. Although she met Krishna there, she was nonetheless thinking of him in the following way. Can I continue, Prabhu?
Yes.
7-9. She thought of him in the calm and quiet atmosphere of Vrindavana, dressed as a cowherd boy. But at Kurukshetra, he was in a royal dress and was accompanied by elephants, horses, and crowds of men. Thus, the atmosphere was not congenial for their meeting. 80. This meeting with Krishna meeting with Krishna and thinking of the Vrindavana atmosphere, Radharani longed for Krishna to take her to Vrindavana again to fulfill her desire in that calm atmosphere.
Please read.
8. Okay. The gopis thought, dear Lord, if your lotus feet again come to our home in Vrindavana, our desires will be fulfilled. Purport. In this Anubhashya, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakura comments, the gopis are purely engaged in the service of the Lord without motive. They are not captivated by the opulence of Krishna, nor by the understanding that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Naturally, the gopis were inclined to love Krishna, for he was an attractive young boy of Vrindavana village. Being village girls, they were not very much attracted to the field of Kurukshetra, where Krishna was present with elephants, horses, and royal dress. Indeed, they did not very much appreciate Krishna in that atmosphere. Krishna was not attracted by the opulence or personal beauty of the gopis, but by their pure devotional service. Similarly, the gopis were attracted to Krishna as a cowherd boy, not in sophisticated guise. Okay. Lord Krishna is inconceivably powerful. To understand him, great yogis and saintly persons give up all material engagements and meditate upon him. Similarly, those who are overly attracted to material enjoyment, to enhancement of material opulence, to family maintenance, or to liberation from the entanglements of this material world, take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But such activities and motivations are unknown to the gopis. They are not at all expert in executing such auspicious activities. Already, transcendentally enlightened, enlightened, they simply engage their purified senses in the service of the Lord in the remote village of Vrindavana. The gopis are not interested in dry speculation in the arts, in music, or other conditions of material life. They are bereft of all understanding of material enjoyment and renunciation. Their only desire is to see Krishna return and enjoy spiritual, transcendental pastimes with them. The gopis want him simply to stay in Vrindavana so they can render service upon him for his pleasure. There is not even a tinge of personal sense gratification. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yeah. So here, uh, the stage of gopis are highlighted. So other than giving pleasure to Krishna, they have no other desires for themselves. Yeah. Prabhupada concludes saying, not even a tinge of sense gratificatory desires for their own. They just want Krishna to stay in Vrindavan because he cannot have that pleasure while being at Kurukshetra, they just want him back there. Yeah. Uh, so let's go to Srimad Bhagavatam. So in this chapter 82, uh, is the lila where the gopis and Lord Shri Krishna meet again at Kurukshetra. What is happening here is that there is a very significant eclipse which is happening. The eclipse is so severe that it almost feels like the end of Lord Brahma, end of the day of Lord Brahma, and the whole universe is going to be eaten away by that darkness. To observe this eclipse, everyone had assembled at the holy place of Kurukshetra. And this is where, gopis and Krishna get to meet each other after a gap of more than 100 years. Yeah. So let us read this particular verse and then discuss a little bit about this. Request someone to read the translation and purport. Hare Krishna.
Sukadeva Goswami
Sukadeva
said, while gazing at their beloved Krishna, the young gopis used to condemn the creator of their eyelids, which would momentarily block their vision of him. Now, seeing Krishna again after such a long separation, with their eyes, they took him into their hearts, and there they embraced him to their full satisfaction. In this way, they became totally absorbed in ecstatic meditation on him. Although those who constantly practice mystic yoga, such absorption difficult to achieve. Papa Blessed Prabhupada. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura, just then Lord Brahma saw
Balram.
Lord Balrama saw the gopis standing a short distance away. Seeing them trembling with the eagerness to meet Krishna and apparently ready to give up their lives if they could not, he tactfully decided to get up and involve himself elsewhere. Then the gopis attained the state described in the correct verse. In referring to the gopis' intolerant disrespect of Lord Brahma, the creator of eyelids, Sukadeva Goswami is giving vent to his own subtle jealousy of gopis' favored position. Srila Jiva Goswami offers an alternate understanding of the phrase Nitya Yujam, which may mean even of the Lord's principal queens who tend to be proud of their constant association with him. In Krishna's Supreme Personality of Godhead, Srila Prabhupada writes, because they had been separated from Krishna for so many years, the gopis having come along with the Nanda Maharaja and Mother Yashoda felt intense ecstasy in seeing Krishna. No one can even imagine how anxious the gopis were to see Krishna again. As soon as Krishna became visible to them, they took him inside their hearts through their eyes and embraced him to their full satisfaction. Even though they were embracing Krishna only mentally, they became so ecstatic and overwhelmed with the joy that for the time being they completely forgot themselves. The ecstatic trance which they achieved simply by mentally embracing Krishna is impossible to achieve even for great yogis constantly engaged in meditation on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna could understand that gopis were wrapped in ecstasy by embracing him in their minds. Therefore, since he is present in everyone's heart, he also reciprocated the embracing from within. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Yeah. So, Srila Prabhupada writes here, no one can even imagine how anxious the gopis were to Shri Krishna's again. And yogis who are doing constant meditation, they also cannot realize this. Yeah, they also cannot get the bhava like the gopis. So let us try to meditate, on this verse a little bit. Uh, what it says here is that the gopis, they are criticizing Brahma. Now, in our Vedic system, we don't criticize demigods. We don't disrespect demigods. But Acharyas explain that even at the cost of offending the demigods, the gopis are criticizing Brahma because they cannot bear separation from the Lord. The term used is truti. So truti is the time for which our eyelids close. Yeah, we blink again and again. And it is explained in one of the verses of Bhagavatam in the word to word meaning. One truti is 1 divided by 1700 second. So 1 by 1700 part of a second, also they cannot, they are upset that I cannot see the Lord constantly. There is a break in between. Now in the Gopi Geet, they express their love for Lord Krishna and tell that whenever he is away from them, how do they feel? Yeah. Atatiyat bhavan anikananam truti yugayate twamapashyatam kutila kuntalam श्रीमुखं च ते जडौ दीक्षतां पाक्ष्मकृदृशम्. So when the Lord goes to forest to herd the cows and the cows, one truti becomes like 1 millennium. Truti yugayate. Yeah. And then they say that even when we are eagerly looking upon you, our eyes are hindering. We cannot see you without a break. And they are calling Brahmaji as foolish. The eyelids, because they close, the Brahmaji is imperfect. Similarly, in Shikshashtakam, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Yuga itam nimeshena. Yeah, so 1 nimisha is equal to 1 yuga. Now, let us understand what Krishna is doing here. And we can just try to imagine, yeah, even though Srila Prabhupada is writing that no one can imagine the ecstasy of the gopis. But in this verse, they are criticizing Lord Brahma that you have made this body defective because the eyelids have to close. And they cannot bear the separation for one truti, 1 by 1700 part of a second. They are in pain when Krishna goes to the forest every day. They still see them in the evening. And now these gopis are meeting Krishna after a gap of more than 100 years. Krishna, he leaves them, he leaves Vrindavan for more than 100 years. They are meeting. So we can only try to speculate how their emotions will be, how their bhava will be. Someone whom you love so strongly that you cannot be away from that person even for a short while. You meet after 100 years, how the reciprocation of love and affection between them will be. At the same time, let's look at Krishna as well. Krishna appears on this material world once in the day of Brahma, which is 4.32 billion years. And even for appearing that short period of time in the day of Brahma, he requests Srimati Radharani, I cannot be without you. You please come with me. Then Radharani says, I cannot leave Vrindavan. Yeah. So Krishna says, okay, don't worry. Vrindavan, Govardhan, Yamuna, everything is available there. All the vanas are available there. You please come. Now he is inviting them to be with him in Bhauma Lila, and then after a very short period, he goes away. And within that short period, he performs so many leelas. Yeah. Can you share one leela from Vrindavan pastime which you think is very close to you, is very attractive to you? Which of the leelas from Krishna's childhood or his leelas in Vrindavan can you remember?
Govardhan Leela, Kaliya Mardhan Leela.
Okay, why? Why Govardhan Leela?
So 7 days, 7 nights, Lord is with his little finger he headed over the Govardhan, and he
Okay,
protected all the Vrajvasis.
right. He also spent time constantly with everyone. All the Gopas and the Gopis. When Lord goes in the day, the Gopis are missing him. Yeah, and when he comes back, the Gopas are missing him. So he wanted to spend time with all of them together. 7 days, 7 nights. Yeah.
7 8.
And at the same time, he is protecting all of them from such
Thunder,
rains, such thunderstorms which come in devastation.
devastation.
Okay. Govardhan Leela. Haribol, any devotee? Which childhood Leela do you
Hare
like?
Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Kalya Mardhan Leela Prabhu.
Okay, why do you like that?
Prabhu, when I was in the school, that time this poem was with we learned this one, and from childhood for the lori for my daughter and son, I don't know any other song. This song and Vaishnav Janto song, these two songs only I was playing. Jala Kamala Chandi Jane Bala. So this song only I know, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. That's why I like too
Thank,
much.
thank you. Yeah, if you hear lectures around that, the exchange of bhava between again Lord and his devotees there, because Lord is in the poisoned Yamuna river, all the devotees are very concerned that Kalia will kill him. Yeah, and then the exchange is Gaurang Darshan Das explained this very nicely. And the exchange between Balram and Lord Shri Krishna, where he says, if you want to fight, fight with me. What are you fighting with a little tiny snake? Yes. Okay, two more devotees get chance. Who wants to speak? Which Leela do you like?
One minute, Prabhu. Prabhu,
Another
1 minute.
another person,
Even
Prabhu, another
even
person. Your turn is over.
yeah. But Prabhu, here the Naga Kanyas are doing the prayers very, very nicely. They were requesting very nice prayers.
Agree,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Lord is
Putna Nidan.
Lord
Putna
is the
Nidhi.
first Lord is the first environmentalist, so that we should not spoil when we go rivers and oceans, take a bath. Lord is teaching a lesson for us. We should not do any mistakes there.
Okay, okay. Any other devotee? One last chance.
Stealing butter from Gopi's houses, Prabhu.
Yes, very nice, very nice. Yeah. So these leelas are all very, very sweet. Now, these leelas, as I heard in the lecture, they don't happen in Golok Vrindavan. The childhood pastimes of the Lord, they are the sweetest, and they happen only in the Bhauma Leela. And because of this Leela, the bond between the Lord and his devotees become much stronger. Their attraction to each other becomes much stronger. And they are already devotees at the highest level. And now, because of this childhood Leela, see, every day Kansa is sending a demon. It's like a constant threat on the life. If your life is in threat and someone comes and protects you immediately, how do you feel about that person? So here Krishna is protecting Vrajvasis every day. Yeah, Agasur, Bakasur, from the reigns of Indra, Trunavat, whatever, it's a whole list. Yeah, and maybe the whole list is not there in Bhagavatam, because I've heard every day Kamsa sends a demon. So every time Krishna protects them, they feel protected by Krishna. And other leelas we have heard, Makhan Leela, Makhan Chori. So Krishna is that bond has become very strong. They have come here on the request of Krishna from Goloka to Bhuloka, and then again he leaves them. After a very short period in Vrindavan Leela, Krishna leaves them. This indicates, the selflessness of Lord Shri Krishna. He is leaving the people who love him the most to deliver the people who hate him the most. We must appreciate the selflessness of Krishna, how merciful he is for the fallen devotees, that not just people whom he loves, but he also takes care of people who hate him. And to understand this bhava between his devotees and to understand this magnanimity of Krishna, it requires a pure heart. I can speak, I can copy what I have heard, but to relish that, to realize that, to enjoy that, to enjoy the mellow, uh, to appreciate the mercy of Krishna, that he comes again and again to mitigate our miseries. He comes again and again to give us the message. You don't understand? Okay, he will send another Acharya. Yeah. So, same bhava we are seeing in the Ratha-Yatra. That Lord Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is dancing in ecstasy because he is now getting to experience. He is none other than Lord Shri Krishna himself. But the reason for his ecstasy is he is getting to understand the bhava of the Brajvasis, especially the bhava of the love of Srimati Radharani towards Shri Krishna. This is the reason for his appearance. Yeah. And how we can relish this more and more. So the formula is given by Srila Prabhupada. Even we look at the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Yeah, he went from place to place to deliver the most fallen people. Okay, we hear prayers in Bhagavatam that we cannot understand Krishna. Even a pure devotee like Kunti Maharani, she says, I have so much attachment. Mera maike mein bhi aur sasural mein bhi. I have so much attachment that I cannot understand Krishna. Now, if Kunti Maharani says, I cannot understand Krishna, what is our situation? So, we should follow the purificatory process given by Shastras. Yeah. Kunti Maharani says, only someone who is a Paramhamsa or someone who is Amala Atma. Amala Atma is like a pure soul. They can understand the bhava of Krishna and his devotees. Beginning of the class, Ramanand Prabhu said, I want to change. I want to change my next birth. So how is that possible? Yeah. Janma karma chame divyam evam yoveti tatvataha. So who understands the karma of Lord Shri Krishna in tattva, in truth, how can one understand? One can understand, one can realize that only in a purified stage. How to purify? Follow the formula given by Srila Prabhupada. Yeah. Read his books, do the chanting, perform sadhana, and our lives will be successful. I think I would like to stop talking here and request other devotees to comment and add on this. Please forgive me if I have made any mistakes. Yeah, Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam. Open to any comments and inputs. Very good. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you so much, Prabhu, for a wonderful explanation of a feeling of separation between gopis of Vrindavana and Lord Krishna, which actually giving a lesson to us that that should be our mood. Always feel separation from Krishna, and that creates eagerness to meet him, at least by end of this life and during this life. So one very important translation which you read, I don't remember which sloka it was, that gopis, when all the gopis, they assembled at Kurukshetra, they were embracing the Lord through their eyes. So they were seeing the Lord, and physically they could not embrace because everyone was present, and they were embracing the Lord through their eyes. So they were taking him to your heart, and then they are embracing in the heart. This actually gives a very wonderful message for every one of us, that even in Kali Yuga, when we chant holy name of the Lord, there they embrace Lord through their eyes. here we embrace the Lord through our ears. So take the Lord into our heart through our ears, and then embrace. So this is very very important point. The message which we learn from this gopis who exhibited their transcendental ecstasy. So one always must be eager. That happens only when we feel the separation. If we are not feeling separation, then it becomes mechanical and ritualistic activity. So when we hear these pastimes, it gives a wonderful opportunity for us to learn from the footsteps of this great devotees. So even in the separation of the Lord, they are happy. So we also, when we in separation of the Lord, when we chant the name of the Lord and embrace Him, embrace the Lord within our heart. So this is one of the very beautiful point to explain. Thank you so much. So others have any points, any realizations? You can please share. Any other points, devotees? Please unmute and share whatever we heard today. If you want to share additional comments or share realizations of what you heard today.
Actually, these verses are so ecstatic bhava of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu towards the Lord Jagannath. The Prabhu has explained and covered actually with the leelas, how the Kalya leela or like Makan Chor leela or like Damodar leela, whatever it, the actually the two separate sessions when the Lord was in the childhood and here the Lord is pulling Lord Jagannath. So the two separate sessions, the combination of that getting a bhava is we are not aware. Actually, I am not even. I feel like to not even to say or utter the words or to qualify or something like that. Actually, Lord Prabhu has explained very nicely, taking that the bhavas and connecting to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and pulling. And Ramananda Kane Prabhu also said, in visualizing of the Lord in the form of the chanting, in the visualizing the form of the Lord, how the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is pulling the Lord and having such bhava, how you can view the Lord in the form of chanting. Thank you very much for both of you, Prabhu. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
So thank you, Prabhu. So if there are no any further relations or anything, we can conclude the session. I'd like to thank you once again for wonderfully glorifying this beautiful pastime and sharing your realizations and your understanding about bhava of gopis and bhava of Radharani towards Krishna in the form of ecstasy exhibited by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So thank you very much once again, Prabhu. So we can conclude the session.
Thank you very much. चैतन्य चरितामृत की जय.
Thank you, Rasesh Prabhu.
कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. वांछा
Yeah.
कल्पतरुभ्य